This morning, there's news of a new poll that has been taken that reflects a hypothetical surge in Reform UK's popularity and its implications for the current political majority and for the Labour Party. The once dominant two-party system looks as if it's beginning to crumble under the weight of Reform UK. Under the weight of fragmentation, Reform UK, led by Farage, emerges not just as a fringe movement, but as a significant parliamentary force that could reshape the the number of seats in the House of Commons and the way Parliament is run. While we remain in a hypothetical realm, no general election looms on the immediate horizon. The implications of recent polling projections demand some attention. Reform UK, which could easily be dismissed as a Brexit-era relic, boasts polling numbers rivaling those of the Lib Dems, which projected gains of up to 72 seats. Farage's party, fueled by disillusion with Labour and the Conservatives, appeals to voters craving a robust anti-establishment stance, and key regions of success include South Yorkshire, Greater Manchester, Tyne and Wear, historical Labour strongholds. And Keir Starmer's government, which swept to power in a loveless landslide, is now losing ground rapidly. Criticism over means testing winter fuel payments, inheritance tax changes, and a bungled start in government have alienated core voters, and it's not as if they can turn to the Conservatives because they're led by Kemi Badenoch. The more in common analysis projects Labour losing nearly 200 seats, including 67 to Reform UK. The hypothetical seat total: Labour at 228, Conservatives at 222, and Reform at 72, placing the latter as the third largest party in Parliament. Under Kemi Badenoch's leadership, the Tories regained some ground but remain far from majority territory, and Reform UK's rise in siphoning votes from disaffected Conservatives leaves their party stranded between Farage's populism and Starmer's centrism. A hung Parliament would be inevitable, forcing alliances and coalitions, and Reform UK, staunchly against traditional compromise, could further destabilise any government formation. Key policies such as devolution, fiscal reforms may become battlegrounds, with Reform's rhetoric against the Barnett formula and Scottish autonomy drawing ire. Britain's political landscape increasingly mirrors fragmented European systems like France and Germany, where coalitions are the norm. The first-past-the-post system struggles to accommodate this new multipolarity, with seats being won on razor-thin margins and low vote shares. And while Reform UK capitalises on frustration, its internal contradictions, Farage's courtship of Elon Musk, juxtaposed with anti-billionaire rhetoric, undermines its credibility. Its stance against Scottish devolution alienates key regions, limiting its appeal north of the border. The rise of Reform UK underscores a broader dissatisfaction with Britain's political elite, but also portends an era of instability, as if we haven't had enough since Brexit. If these projections hold, the traditional dominance of Labour and Conservatives will face its most serious challenge yet. While an immediate election remains hypothetical, the message is clear: reform in one form or another is no longer a choice, it's an inevitability. The question is whether that reform will stabilise or fracture the nation further.